So, hello everyone. I'm alone today. Yeah, this is because we're going back to a little bit of a topic that we spoke about in one of our earlier videos when we talked about getting jobs in Dublin. While I wait for my hand to heal, I just thought, hey, why don't I tell the people exactly how I was able to get my front-end developer job here in Dublin. It's a bit of a factual / story time kind of thing, so here goes.
Hi, I'm Julia, the wine.
Hi, I'm Samora, the rum.
We met in London, fell in love, and moved to Ireland.
We share tips on being an expat, travel, cultural experiences, and living life efficiently. So, if you're new to the channel, I'm the rum, one half of Wine and Rum. We're a millennial couple that lives here in Dublin, and we make videos about, of course, Dublin, Ireland, and also about our home countries, Austria and Barbados. So, if you find that interesting, subscribe. So, for those of you who are EU citizens, you know that the first thing on the path of getting a job in Ireland is making sure you have the correct work permit. Luckily for me, I'm married to an EU citizen, not being an EU citizen myself, so for Dublin's immigration, I was in line to get the stamp for EU FAM, which allows me to work in Dublin and anywhere in Ireland without having the sponsored company or the company that hires you be able to, put out whatever amount of money it is per year to sponsor you. So you're almost on a level playing field with other citizens from the EU. The one catch is that you need to apply for this thing. It doesn't happen automatically. What I had thought is that this thing would take 3 to 6 months. It ended up taking 9. So I found myself with a lot of time to actually prepare myself for getting a job, and that's exactly what I did. So I won't go into the application process or how that happened because it might have changed by now, and it was also 2 years ago, and that could be a whole separate other video. But what I will do is drop some links in the description to the immigration website as well as the forum I found, which before coming to Ireland I dabbled in and realized it had a lot of information that could help me, so hopefully it helps you out as well. So with all this time on my hand, of course, I had to polish up the skills. How do I do that? Pretty simple. I went on a couple websites looking for job posting, that's your Irish Jobs, jobs.ie, and LinkedIn. Yeah, I'll be talking about LinkedIn a lot. It was almost my one-stop shop for everything. So I went on there, saw what kind of jobs there were. I did the same thing in Austria while I was briefly looking for jobs in Austria. Because coming from the Caribbean, I know that you might have different well, in this case, since I was looking for a web developer job, different web technologies that get used by companies from region to region. So just to make sure that I was able to polish up on those actual skills that would be required to get a job easily, well not easily, but more on a level playing field in Ireland. So once I found out what a lot of companies were looking for, in that case for front-end it was, your JavaScript frameworks. It was either React.js or Angular. And since I already had some experience in Angular, I jumped aboard the Angular train. It may sound a bit counterintuitive, but one of the best ways to actually get up-to-date resources is to pay for them. I know, I like free stuff too, but sometimes the just quickest and easiest way with good explanations is that way. What I'll do, I can't remember all the resources, but I use Udemy and LinkedIn Premium a lot. LinkedIn Premium, at the time of study check it, has this learning section where you sign up for Premium and you get a learning section, and there are a whole ton of videos that you can go there and check out. Not just stuff on JavaScript or different frameworks or stuff related to the whatever tech job you're looking for, but also stuff that like how to present for an interview, a little bit of those soft skills as well. They had videos for which I obviously consumed to help prepare myself for the interview. So I'll drop links to what I can remember from Udemy and maybe some suggestions off of LinkedIn Premium. Yes, so it wasn't just like courses that I looked at. I also wanted stuff for my portfolio as well. So I have a GitHub account and a Bitbucket account. Prefer Bitbucket, but use whatever Git repo of choice you like. And I created some projects, some personal projects, some stuff that would a bit show off the language, as well as some stuff from previous interviews that I had that they would ask questions of. collect examples. So it's kind of like, okay, I know what some of the skills they'll be looking for. So for me, it'll be personally like showing how you can have like UI designs or forms or something like that. So you can show off some of your skills. I created a couple of those, and well, every single application I made a link to that. So I think that helps you a bit, showing that yes, you did study, you did, get the details you needed to learn these languages, but also you have some firm examples so you can say, hi, I know what I'm doing, please hire me. So going back to the point for doing all this while waiting for the stamp 4, I know having months to play with isn't something that everyone will be able to do. I was quite privileged to be able to take the time to think, okay, I can do this and go for a job that would meet our needs. Because in one of our previous videos, we did say that we did some research on Ireland, especially Dublin, especially what it would take to live here comfortably, as in, well, comfortably enough at least, as in salary and the job type and locations. So all that went into my actual job search. When it was time to search for jobs, I once again used LinkedIn Premium most of all, because what I was able to do is see who was looking at my profile once I set it up. And that kind of gave me a bit of an idea of which industry I could actually work in. I have a confession to make. I wasn't actually looking for web tech jobs at the start, because I had just come from doing a master's in health information systems management. So I was looking for something a bit more in web tech. See, it's in my brain already, in health tech. And, what I did during the job search is that I went to some conferences. I was lucky enough to be around at the time, and I realized that my current level of skills needed for that wasn't as up to par as the competition would be. So knowing that I didn't want to spend even more months, trying to get myself to the level or that experience, I decided, let me go with something I already know, have some experience in, can compete on a bit more of a level playing field. And so went into my usual front-end web development tech. Would I actually recommend going to conferences and such? I think initially it gave me a good idea of what the environment was like, what the competition and different jobs out there might be like, or what people are looking for. But really it came down for me of using LinkedIn Premium. As I had the profile already set up, I was able to see what sort of companies were there looking at my profile, and so that gave me a bit more of an idea which areas of the web industry my skills may actually be suited for. Yes, I'll wait for that siren to go. Okay, back at it. So that's really what I did, and thanks also to LinkedIn Premium. I promise this is not an ad, but if you're paying for something, you might as well use it to its full advantage. So what I did is that people who were looking at my profile or employed at some of the companies that I saw were interested in, I checked what they did, their history, their skills, the courses they've done, and tried to mimic those. See what I would need to talk about when it came to the actual interview, so that I'll know, yes, this person knows what they are talking about, even if on the paper they may not have the experience for it. And then finally it came to interviews. How I was actually able to get interviews was that, luckily enough, I ran into a recruiter that was, everyone, recruiters get a bad rep usually, but luckily for me, yeah, she was actually pretty great and was able to hook me up with job interviews for things that I found really interesting and more met my skills instead of just pushing anything under the sun at me. So interviews for front-end developers usually go into 3 parts. You have your phone interview where you're just there learning a bit more about the companies, kind of like a more casual conversation. But at the same time, what I usually did some research about the company, so that by the time we're having this chat, I already know most of the basics, can ask some more advanced questions to be more interested, but also know what they're into, because at this point they're trying to weed out, hi, should we actually carry you to the next interview? So this is your chance from the stuff that you would have learned to explain, okay, the technologies, it's that, how it does, how it fits into the business, and how you want to build something. So that was able to get me to the next round. And then the next round is my favorite yet most hated part, the coding interview. Hated because it's a lot of pressure to get this code done, but at the same time, once you're done it, you're pretty smooth sailing, because the next part is the face-to-face. And once you've shown you've got skills in the coding interview, I think that the face-to-face goes much easier, where you can just, prove that you can do it, see if you can have a fit for the company, because it's not only they're trying to see if you have a fit for a company. This is your chance also to make sure that this is somewhere you want to work. For me, since I had all of the months, I had it in my head, I'm not going to work any old place. It's like we have certain goals need to meet, so therefore I can be a bit choosy, not too choosy, that gets it doesn't have to be not choosy for long, and be able to get into some place where you're able to ask the questions that see if it's really a good fit for both people involved. Jumping back to the coding interview, for me, there are usually two types of coding interviews. There's one that I will call more Silicon Valley style, where you've got your kind of your questions about algorithms and trying to solve these things, Fibonacci sequences, etc. But the type I preferred, which I luckily got, was one that's more based upon the everyday business needs. So it's would usually have some sort of task, something like that, and it's close to what you'll do every day. I prefer that because you have more of an insight into what the job actually is about. So that's all I have for today. I didn't want to make the video too long, but all those 5 steps, that's really what I went through in order to get a job. I'm still there working happily, so I'm hoping that one of these tips might be able to help you, or all of them. Links for anything in the description below, and if you like the video, please subscribe and like the video, and yeah, we'll be back next again, Why probably join me, and we'll continue talking more about what's it like as an expat living in Dublin. Bis später, that's all for now. See you.